Hello, welcome to Peep Magazine. My name's James Watling. I'm here today at ELITE Fitness in Alnwick. This is Peep's first outside shoot, so we're here with a special guest shortly, OLLY DIAL, Mr. OLLY DIAL, who started ELITE Fitness a number of years ago in Alnwick, and he's re-established himself in a sense at a new location, a large gym facility that we're going to talk a little bit about today. So I'd like to introduce my guest and main speaker, Mr. OLLY DIAL. How you doing?
All good.
You okay? Yeah, good to see you, and thanks for waiting for us. We started a little bit late today, so thanks for taking the time to speak to us. So I was going to ask first of all a little bit about yourself, how you got involved in training in the first place, what brought you into the gym, a little bit about your background as well.
Basically, yeah, when I was younger, going through life, didn't really know what I wanted to do. Had a passion for fitness, working out. Had a conversation with my mum one day, and she said, "Do something that you enjoy." So I got qualified as a level 2, level 3 fitness instructor and personal trainer. And it just really went from there. I started work for Virgin Active down in London.
Right.
Learned a lot working for the gym. Equipped a lot. They've got a really good training centre there, so I've got all my other courses like kettlebells, vipers, HIIT training, and then used them as kind of a stepping stone to really push on and go and work for myself as a freelance personal trainer.
Did you find that really benefited you? Because Virgin Active is obviously a very big chain, a very well renowned and well known chain. Was there anything there specific that you learned that could then give you the impetus to kind of move on your
definitely
own?
The way they run their gym, it's more of a health club, so it's the relationship they have with their members, that goes a long way. So I've really tried to create here is kind of on a smaller scale to kind of what they were doing. Like I said, they've got a really good training centre. Some of the courses that they do, you pay hundreds of pounds for. So and it's all in with the job basically.
See, I'm a big believer, and I know you are too, and it's personal relationships as well. I think you can have all the information, but it's the inspiration that you need as well, and you know, knowledge and inspiration combined together can allow you to achieve that success you want with your health goals. And I know for you, you're a very people-oriented person. I think people are drawn to that, you know, and I think that's why you're very popular, and a lot of people come to you, and you know, you're so successful in what you do. Can you tell us a little bit about the setup you have in Alnwick, and because you're not from the area?
No.
Your accent hadn't given it away, or anything like that, you know. So how did you get up here, and what?
My wife's family live up here, so we moved up here about 3 years ago. Didn't know anyone. My wife set up her business. She's got a beauty business, and then I was just working as a roofer just to bring some money in. And then once she set up her business, I focused on setting up my business. So I just started off doing door-to-door personal training, driving around people's houses and training them, and working in the local town hall doing classes. And it was almost like Northumberland tends to be a little bit behind with fitness and things like that. So what I brought from London up here, it kind of, people hadn't seen it before, so everyone just went crazy for it, and it just literally snowballed. I just couldn't keep up with the demand. And that's when I got my studio in above Iceland, because I could have more equipment in there. I could train. Because going around people's house, you can't really, like, if men want to kind of gain muscle and stuff like that, something that you can't really do with the equipment that you've got. So with this new studio, I was able to get new equipment in, so I could kind of do all fitness goals basically, and do the classes all under one roof. So that worked really well, and it was a lot more cost effective as well. So did you find when you first opened the studio, because it was a great little facility that you had, obviously I taught classes there as well, I thought it was fantastically done. But did you find that before you opened the doors you had a lot of influx of clients, or was it something that you had to grow over a period of time? If so, how long? It was. I got to a point where I could only do so much, like there's only so many hours in the day going around people's houses and the classes, and I needed to take it to the next level because I just couldn't keep up with demand. So that enabled me to put on more classes, because in the town hall they were charging me per hour, so in the new place I could just put on many classes I wanted. So that really I was able to take the business to the next level. We've moved into the studio, definitely. When we say Iceland, we don't literally mean Iceland the country, we mean Iceland the food chain, just so we can put that into context. So you've been there for, was it 2 years? I had a 2-year contract, and we were there for a year, and again it was just, I couldn't keep up with demand again. There was a massive demand from feedback that I was talking to in the area. There was no gyms that were kind of a little bit more high-end, a bit more premium, and that's what people wanted, and that's the first thing I thought when I moved up here, was there was a real niche in the market for that, and that's something that I wanted to do, but obviously it was a big investment, so it was something that I kind of had to build up to, and I needed to know that there was definitely going to be demand there for it in order for me to open it, basically.
Yeah. So when you moved from there, what was your first idea about having a larger facility? Was it based on the fact there was so much demand you thought you could do it? Was it based on the idea that it was something that you'd always kind of in a sense dreamed of? You'd always been inspired to have a bigger centre? Or just that you couldn't do everything that you wanted to do where you were located before?
A little bit of everything, really. I think the first and foremost is as a person
trying to cover all the bases.
You're right. As a personal trainer, every personal trainer dreams of having their own gym.
Yeah, of course.
Second of all, yes, it's I'm in it to earn money as well, and I wanted to keep up with demand. It's horrible turning away business. And third of all, having a facility that was big enough to accommodate all that and to do I had a vision. I knew exactly what I wanted, and I didn't want to cut corners. I wanted to do it first, the first time. You've only got one chance to make a good first impression, sort of thing. So I didn't want to cut corners, so I had to wait for the right place to come along. So that took a little bit of time as well. And attention to detail. I knew exactly how I want the gym to look, so that took a lot longer than I anticipated originally. It took over 6 months of kind of renovations and planning. But I'm happy with kind of the outcome.
So I mean, as you can see, it's an incredible facility. How have you found it? When you must have been, were you nervous beforehand, thinking, could it just suddenly all stop and everyone's going to go train at train at home or something like that, and now that you've launched it, how have you found it? Is it met your expectations? I mean, I have to say it's a fantastic facility. I mean, it is. It's good. When I walked in it, I couldn't believe what you've managed to do, and you've essentially created this from nothing. It's just, it starts in your mind, and it becomes real through work and effort and blood, sweat, and tears. You've got all the cardiovascular side of things. You've got all the free weights. You've got the machines. You've got a great conditioning area in here, which we'll talk about with the martial arts side as well. You've got a new studio that you're about to open, and that's next door. You've got an outdoor training facility as well. So how much more expansion are you looking at, and has it met your expectations so far?
Yeah, I mean the step up was massive. It was kind of all in. If it didn't work, it was game over basically. But I was confident. I think anything like this, anything in business, you have to take a calculated risk. I knew the demand was there, and I knew if I could create what I had in my head, then it would work. I mean, unfortunately, we opened in March, which is renownedly the worst month to open in the fitness industry, because most people join a gym in January. After 3 months they just quit. So within 2 months we'd hit our year target. So kind of the vision that I had was there, and it was a big step up, but you've just got to kind of push through. There's a lot more that we want to do. I mean, we've not completely finished. Like, we've got the studio through there that needs to still be opened, and we've got the outside area that I want to be ready for the beginning of the summer. So there is room for a lot more scope to build. Definitely.
It's interesting when you said that. When you said it's almost like I'm going to use a baseball analogy because I'm not into football, but Warren Buffett, who's obviously one of the greatest investors in history, and I won't say entrepreneur, but investment. He buys businesses, small businesses, expands them, improves them, makes them successful, and generates obviously more income for him. But one of the things he says is that when he's investing, he doesn't have to hit every time. He doesn't swing for every pitch, so to speak. He waits till the perfect pitch, and he calculates what that perfect pitch is, and he only has to hit right once to be a success. And it's kind of it's very, very similar to what you're saying, is that it's a calculated risk. You're not just swinging and hoping. You've got a vision in your head. You're bringing those pieces together, but then when you swing, if you miss, then it's game over. But if you hit it, it's a home run. So, but it takes a lot of courage to do that, and that's why not everybody has, I guess, their own gym. Just before we move on to a little bit about what we're doing together, it links up to I think it's Christian Guzman, who's very well known as a trainer, on Instagram, and it's almost like you bring some of the Americana of what's happening over on the other side of the pond over here, because it's so modern. It's kind of hitting a lot of it's hitting the right kind of the right notes, so to speak. So it's not your average gym that you would find in the UK, so to speak. I don't know if you've heard of the Equinox facilities over in chain in America, and they're all high end. It's about quality, it's about compassion, it's about working with the client, and you brought that over into the UK. So there's not a lot of other places that are doing what you're doing. I mean, if you agree with that.
Yeah, I do. Well, one of the biggest things before I actually opened the gym was like the market research, and I looked all around the area, down as far as in the whole of Northumberland really, and there was no one really doing what I wanted to do, which kind of what I wanted to create was something high-end but at like family affordable prices. So you get a lot of the gyms in London, you know, you can pay £100 membership a month, where my memberships here, we've got a lot of different memberships, but they are no more expensive than anywhere in the area. So it's, to me, it's not rocket science to sign up here, because it's the better facilities, better equipment, it's a better service. You know, we offer nutritional help, we offer program design, all inductions. You know, we don't charge any extra for that. Every single member, regardless if you're on the smallest membership or the top membership, you get all that support. And
that's great.
If your members are getting results, they're going to stay. So a lot of it's about retention. It's not a lot of people, it's about sales, getting people through the door. For me, it's about keeping those members happy, keeping them getting results, because people are here because they want to change mentally and physically, and if that's happening, they're going to stay here. If they're not, then they're just going to leave once our contracts run out. So but definitely agree, you know, it is definitely it's more than I expected. It's reached and exceeded my expectations, definitely.
Fantastic. So a little bit about our relationship. You know, I've taught classes originally. I think I come on board, we'd met through Ryan, and you brought me on board to do some classes at the old gym, and kind of like just in a kind of a freelance basis, so to speak. But then obviously you'd spoke to me about coming up here and you know, and basing myself, so to speak, as part of the Elite Fitness and having Team Alpha here. So could you tell the viewers a little bit about how, you know, how we were introduced and how we've got to where we are, and what you know, what's happening with Team Alpha as part of Elite Fitness? Yeah,
well, obviously we met through Ryan, did some classes in Iceland, and one of the reasons I was attracted to you is because what I want to try and do here is everything that I do, I want to do the best, and for me, you're the best at what you do. So it made sense to get someone in that's got good credentials, got a good history behind them, and a good reputation. And I just think, you know, two people working together that at the top of their game is only going to be good for the surrounding area. Also, what you do, there was a real niche in the market up here as well, especially in Alnwick. There's a lot of kids that walk the street and don't have anything to do. I just think that getting them off the street, giving them something positive to focus on is going to be a real benefit. And that's another reason why I do what I do, because I feel like I want to give something back to kind of the local community. You know, I've been accepted here. You know, I'm not from around here. Everyone's really took me in and been really supportive of the business. So if I can give anything back, and that's what people say, like with your classes, they love the classes, the kids are loving the classes. And you know, that's one of the main reasons why we teamed up together.
Well, this is it. I mean, what we have here is for Team Alpha, is we have the power kickboxing, the mixed martial arts side of it, the boxing as well. We're looking to potentially do some jiu-jitsu classes too. What we've got here is fantastic. You know, we've got the Team Alpha branding on the wall, we've got the bags, we've got the floor-to-ceiling ball. We're catering for adults, and we're catering for those who've never done any kind of martial arts before, who can just come in and try and enjoy what they're doing. But as you said before, the Alpha Juniors, there's a kind of a focus on the younger ones, and bringing in the younger kids to come in and give them just some kind of direction and some kind of focus and some kind of responsibility. The tagline for Team Alpha is hard work and dedication, and I really want to put responsibility on that as well, so the kids are learning something, you know, for themselves. And it's not just, I don't really like the word self-esteem, because it's not really being categorized what that means, but certainly, you know, self-respect, respect for others, self-confidence, so the emotional and I think the physical attributes, bring them both together. And there's obviously a lot more for us to do. So is there anything else that you wanted to add about the gym, or about yourself, or anybody else that you want to thank?
I'd just like to thank my wife and my family and everyone, really, all the members, because this would not have been possible without the clients, the members I've had. Really, they're what make Elite Fitness. Without them, it wouldn't be here. So.
And we can cover everything here. Obviously, somebody wants to get in shape, somebody wants to train for an athletic event, somebody who just wants to, you know, improve as you said before, improve the mental as well as the physical. So we can cater for those who've never done anything before, and those who are quite, you know, far on in the programs, to the athlete as well. They can come along and train. Cardiovascular, resistance-based, strength and conditioning, outdoor training. Obviously, the martial arts, the boxing, the kickboxing, the Muay Thai, some of the jiu-jitsu stuff. That's all covered here. And if anybody wants to get in touch, then they can just link on through. Could you just tell us what your Instagram and your Facebook is?
It's the Instagram is Elite Fitness,
which we'll throw up on the viewer. We'll throw these.
Facebook is Elite Fitness Supergym. or they can just pop down and see us, and we can like give them a show around. And
we're in Alnwick, but it's just
it's the old Alnwick timber building. It's Sawmills Industrial Estate, and it's opposite Aldi on the industrial where Aldi is. Yeah.
Fantastic, Ollie. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I'll see you shortly.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, take care. So that's great, guys. Thank you for watching. We're going to show you a little bit of footage now. We may do a little bit of training here in the gym. Certainly going to show you around some of the external as well, so you get a bit of an idea of what's going on at Elite Fitness. As I say, if you're interested in improving yourself now in a physical sense and a mental sense too, which we talked about before. If you want to start working out, you've never done anything like this, you want to learn a little bit more. If you're an athlete, a competitive athlete, you're looking for a gym to come and train at, we're going to show you a little bit of the facilities. If you're looking to learn some of the martial arts side of things with myself, this is where Team Alpha is officially based. Hashtag Pretty Boy Assassin for the as I say, for the kickboxing side of it. Some of the outdoor conditioning stuff we'll be doing as well, so just get in touch. The graphics will be thrown up. Keep your eye on the notifications buttons, the button on Peep, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so. The next live show, which I believe will be Peep Live episode 9. We'll be with you soon, and we've also got an upcoming feature which we'll be doing, which will be centered around Tynemouth, some surfing with the Long Sand Surfing Company, and we'll be talking and discussing a little bit about the outdoor pool facility that's being renovated and how we're moving on and progressing with that. So make sure you subscribe. Remember the notification button, Team Alpha 1424 as well, if you'd like to follow me and see some of the things that are going on in the gym. And thank you very much for joining us.